Hello, buddy. Welcome back to another episode of your OGR. As today is game 77, as the Edmonton Oilers went up against the Dallas Stars and walked away with a massive 5-2 victory. As holy crow, are we ever looking fantastic right now, man? We are looking amazing as we have another stellar game where Mike Smith plays very well. We had a great defensive core throughout the entire night, and our forward core was just magnificent from top to bottom. This was just a game that we outplayed the Dallas Stars. We had some hiccups. We allowed the game to get tied up during the second period, but that was all right because we decided to start steamrolling again and generate, crap ton of offense throughout this entire game. A game where we had 50 shots on net in this game, which I absolutely love to see because I feel like this Edmonton Oilers team should just shoot as many times as they can, and that's what they were doing. When we were starting to get pretty, that's when we started losing the game. When we stopped shooting the puck and we stopped getting as many chances. When we started shooting the puck a lot, we started gaining more opportunities and we started scoring more goals, and that was evident throughout this entire game. So let's get into talking about all of this game. But before I do, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. That'll be very much appreciated, boys. So let's hop into this bad boys. Who's ready for some fucking playoff action here, man? Like, we are getting so close. We're 5 games away now from being in the playoffs. If the Vancouver Canucks lose tonight, we clinch a playoff spot. I think Vegas won last night, so it actually really doesn't matter. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to win another game to be able to clinch a playoff spot. But we are close. We are very, very close to be able to clinch a playoff spot. But the Vegas Golden Knights are kind of keeping themselves a little bit alive in this playoff race right now since, we gave a big old L to the Dallas Stars. But let's get into this game here. So Evander Kane was the very first goal scorer of the game here for the Edmonton Oilers, getting his 17th of the season. He's been a little dry goal scorer wise, so finally he pots himself a big one here against the Stars, and it was a beautiful setup pass by Connor McDavid. Evander Kane was dashing right down the middle, cut right towards the net, and was able to tap it in right past Scott Wedgwood, went in the back of the net to give the Oilers a 1-0 lead to start off. And then right after that, Derek Ryan gets his 9th goal of the season for the Edmonton Oilers. This was a beautiful rebound. McLeod got the shot on the net, Wedgwood made a save, but Derek Ryan was able to find the big old juicy rebound and tap it right into the back of the net, getting it past Scott Wedgwood, and that was a big goal for the Edmonton Oilers, putting us up 2-0, and you always love when Derek Ryan scores a goal. I mean, this guy is just an absolute beauty, an absolute workhorse, and when he goes out there and pots you a goal, it's absolutely cool to see. So big one there for Derek Ryan. And then right after that, Jason Robertson gets one for the Dallas Stars. Now, I don't know what the fuck Zach Kassian was doing here. He should have been a little bit harder on his stick, but he legit just lit this pass. Like, I think he was trying to receive the pass is basically what he was trying to do. Now, this was a rocket of a pass that was trying to go all the way from their end of the ice all the way to Rope Hintz, who was going on a quick break. So Kassian was trying to intercept it. He had it. It slipped right underneath his stick and ran into Rope Hintz's hands. And then it dropped past down to Jason Robertson, and he fired a bullet right into the back of the net. And I'm not blaming anyone on this. Like, they did a pretty good job defending. Rope Hintz kept the puck away from Chris Russell, and it's pretty hard to stop this deadly duo between Robertson, Hintz, and Pavelski. It really is hard to shut down that line, so it's understandable. But it could have been all stopped because Zach Kassian could have intercepted this, could have tipped it somewhere else. He would have been a lot smarter with it instead of trying to receive the pass. If he knew that his talents is dog shit and didn't try to receive the pass like he's Connor McDavid, maybe it wouldn't have ended up in the Dallas Stars' hands. In this situation, Zach Kassian could have just simply tipped it all the way down the ice or tipped it towards somewhere else. I know he has McDavid out there and everything like that, but in that very moment, we're up 2-0. Yeah, it is the first period, so we could climb right back in the game, but we're playing against a team that does have a really good deadly first line. And if you're seeing that first line out there, you should just be simply making the smart plays instead of trying to think offense. And Zach Kassian was just thinking offense, not defense in the situation. So we'll move on towards the second period here. And also, the first period, we did really well. It only got worse for the Oilers, or not worse. It only got worse for the Stars, basically, going into the second period as we were able to generate a lot of momentum. But it wasn't without the Dallas Stars starting to gain back some momentum with Rope Hintz getting his 35th of the season. Smith wasn't able to get a stoppage. It was like right in front of him, but the guy's skate was right in front of him. It kind of just laid in front of the net in a wide open area, and Rope Hintz was just able to tap it right in the back of the net because no one knew where the puck was. Like, no one knew where it was. Then a little bit after Rope Hintz's goal, the Oilers really started to pick it up. We were like, all right, we got to start playing dead, because after the goal, we got a few chances, but then we didn't really generate a whole lot after that, and we were kind of just smooth sailing, and then all of a sudden, it was just like, and we just stepped up our play. Zach Hyman got his 25th goal of the season. This was a magnificent goal. Beautiful shot by Leon Draisaitl. And then Zach Hyman taps it right into the back of the net. And then right after that, Jesse Puljujarvi got his 14th goal of the season. The big old Bison King, baby. As he taps that one in the back of the tipped it into the back of the net by a nice shot from the point from Bouchard, who had a big 2-point night, getting his 30th assist of the season. Love that, man. Bouchard has just been a bloody beast this year, especially offensively, which is the reason why we didn't need Barry. But besides that, Bouchard has just been absolutely a magnificent offensive defenseman, especially even strength-wise. He's been leading this team in points, even strength points, and almost like if he was a rookie, he would be breaking records for the amount of even strength points this guy has had. But, you know, he played a little bit too much games last year. Whoa, that's so fun that we ruined his rookie year. Woohoo. Oh, that sucks, man. Only fucking if Bouchard didn't get his rookie year ruined, because basically he had 2 years, I think. I'm not too sure why the rule is that he's not a rookie this year, but he had 40 points this year and would definitely be up almost in the Calder, talks, if he was. Like, I mean, 40 points in 76 games as a defenseman this young and is practically his first official year. That's absolutely amazing. I still can't believe we didn't play him a whole lot last year. It kind of, blows my mind that we didn't play him a lot more last year compared to this year. But moving forward, Jesus, having a brain aneurysm. We get into the third period. Nothing happened here in the third period. The Edmonton Oilers did a pretty good job shutting down the play. McDavid got his 43rd goal of the season, which was just an empty net goal, to tap it in and finish off the game for the Edmonton Oilers, as this one was a good one for the Oilers. We really worked hard for this W, We played really well defensively, especially in the third period. It really quieted down where we just, simply shut down the Stars. We played really well defensively. There was almost a goalie goal as well, which was kind of funny. So let's get into reviewing all the lineups and everything like that. We'll go into that. So the top line, well, we usually talk about this line a lot. Kane, McDavid, Puljujarvi. There's no else to need to explain this line. It's just a beautiful line, Like, the line is really working really well. They have some magic together, especially McDavid and Puljujarvi. That line is it's one of the best lines in the NHL, I think, expected goals wise. And I mean, every single game, they're top of the leaderboard for expected goals for, and they at least have 1 or 2 points throughout the entire night. This night, Puljujarvi had a goal. McDavid had 3 points. Kane had a goal. They were just all over the place producing some big goals for the Edmonton Oilers. And this is going to be a big line for us going into the playoffs that we're going to be relying on massively, as we might be going up against the LA Kings or maybe against the Vegas Golden Knights. I think that line is going to be absolutely massive for us. And then the Hyman, Draisaitl, Yamamoto line really started picking up their offensive steam as well. They were generating a lot of offense. Zach Hyman played a lot of minutes tonight, getting himself a big goal, getting his 25th. I think, honestly, a full year with Jay Woodcroft, I could totally see Zach Hyman getting 30 goals. I mean, I wish I could see him getting 30 goals this year, but I could definitely see Zach Hyman get 30 goals one of these years and really pop off, I think, next year. I think Zach Hyman will have a massive playoffs for the team. Not just that, I think he'll also have a really, really good year next year as well, just because of the fact that he's been doing so good near the end of the season. He's just been a big driver. He's been great on the penalty kill, great producing offense, and not just that, also great defensively as well. Of course, our third and fourth line was all jumbled up together because we were playing 11 forwards as well today again. So moving into that, the main line that we did see was Nuge, Fogel, and Ryan. They were all right, but they weren't fantastic. They played all right defensively. I think that was the biggest thing. But otherwise, McLeod had a really fantastic night. He was all over the place, generating a pretty good amount of offense. Fogle was also doing pretty well throughout the night. Nuge. The only guys I wasn't a big fan of was Zach Cassian. I wasn't too big of a fan of Cassian. Didn't think he was doing a whole lot out there. And Derek Ryan was all right. He did get a goal, but he was kind of not that great defensively throughout the night. And then moving on to the defensive core. Now we got some impressive stats. I want to begin off with Kulak. So we're going to be going over a few stats of that pairing of what, they kind of did, because, we seen Kulak and Barry, Russell and Barry, and Kulak Russell, also Kulak and Bouchard. We're going to be mostly taking a look at the Kulak pairings. So let me just let's take a look. So Kulak and Barry, they had 10 shots against 4 and 1 shot attempt against. Kulak and Russell, only 3 shot attempts against. And then with Bouchard, 0. This guy played, what was it? I think about 13, 14 minutes for Kulak. Where is it? 12 minutes for Kulak. And he only allowed 4 shots against on him. That is fucking incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it was with Barry, Russell, Bouchard, they were playing just fantastic defensively, not allowing a whole lot of shots. And that is what a defenseman is supposed to do. He's supposed to shut down those chances and make sure that they're not getting a lot of shot attempts. They're not getting a lot of great chances. And even if they do get some chances, it's not going to be fantastic. Our top 6 pairings of going with the 7D man has been working really, really well, because you're not just riding with Kulak and Barry all the time. The other team's going to be seeing Kulak and Russell sometimes, or they might be seeing Russell and Barry. They might be totally seeing some different combinations, and I've been a really, really big fan of what they've been doing. And I think Jay Woodcroft needs to continue this going into the playoffs, because I think it's really, really working well for the team and is making us, without a doubt, better defensively, because if we need to play really defensively in a situation, then we could throw out Kulak and Russell. If we need a little bit of extra offense, then we could throw out either Kulak or Barry, or Russell and Barry. So I really, really do love the combinations that we're doing, and it's working really, really well here for the Edmonton Oilers, and we definitely need to continue doing what we're doing right now, because it's fucking working. Moving forward, though, Nurse and Cece, they were all right throughout the night. They weren't great defensively. They did allow a goal against on them, but they were pretty good throughout the night. The one pair that I was really impressed by, Keith and Bouchard. They did absolutely amazing. Bouchard was all over the place offensively. They were on ice for 3 of the 5 goals throughout the night. They were just fantastic. And they were just all over the place defensively. They did really well. And was one of our best defensive pairings, without a doubt. They had 1.5 expected goals for, and actually really didn't have a whole lot of chance against them either. I don't know if it was because they had a whole lot of offensive zone starts, and even then Geith had 4 defensive zone starts compared to the 2 offensive zone starts. So majority of the time they were getting the defensive zone starts. Same with Bouchard, 2 offensive zone shifts and then 2 defensive zone shifts. So he was about even in that field. So they were mostly getting a mixture of whether it may be, but they were generating a lot of offense. They were playing also really well defensively. They were without a doubt, one of our best defensive pairings throughout the entire night. And Mike Smith played fucking fantastic. I don't think you could complain about that guy at all. Mike Smith had an amazing night for the Edmonton Oilers. So I've been babbling on for probably a little while. A little longer than usual, but I had a lot to talk about, as this game was absolutely amazing, and the Oilers haven't played in 3 days. So I had a lot to talk about with this team, per usual. But we're 5 days away from getting into the playoffs. I'm going to be live streaming basically every single game here until now. I'm going to be live, of course, tonight with the Colorado Rockies franchise mode for MLB The Show 22. Then on Friday, I'll be live with the Canucks game, or on the Oilers versus the Avs. Then on Tuesday, I might be live for the Pens and Oilers, and in the last 2 games of the year with the Sharks and Canucks, I'll also be live for those games as well. So make sure to like and subscribe, check out the live streams. And for right now, guys, I'm going to end the OGR here. And also, one thing to note, Mike Smith was bloody gorgeous as well. I do got to let that one sit in there as well. He's been stellar. He's been making some big saves. Forgot to talk about him a little bit as well. But I'm going to end the video here now, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.